time to tune in. Now another sports center, it's a movement.
Miami walked away with the dub. They took and they finished. They beat them 17-16. Now Miami didn't put up any points in the fourth quarter. That defense came to save the day. They were constantly on the field because there was times where Miami would march right down the field and Tua's throwing the ball 40 yards down the field, doing a beautiful job. I mean, this shuts up a lot of people out there, who said that he can't throw down the field, and he did just that. And he did the short stuff as well too. Did have one interception, which was not his fault. But I got to say, Miami going further, I mean, you got the Buffalo Bills. Those Buffalo Bills are a top 4 NFL team, a Super Bowl competitor for this year. And even though they lost to the Steelers, they're going to be hungry for some next week. And then Miami, historically, we usually don't play too well against quarterbacks that scramble on top of that, right? So that Miami defense, man, I love it, man. I mean, Xavier Howard, he had a game-saving forced fumble. That they were right in the quarterback's face all the time. They did a great job at stopping the run. It was a great game overall. That Miami O-line, when it comes to pass blocking, I'd probably give them a B-, C+. And when it came to run blocking, I'd give them like a D-. It was really bad, man. It was constantly, 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards. Very few times, we would have like 5 yards or more. I think that might have been maybe 4 times the whole game. So,
Doug, man, I don't want you to be too harsh on the Miami offensive line. I mean, they are playing the Patriots defense, and you can say whatever you want to say about this Patriots team, but Bill Belichick, just like Brian Flores, also knows how to coach defense, and that is not a slouchy defensive team. And the one thing that they have always prided themselves on is the ability to stop the run. Historically, Bill Belichick has been very good at stopping the run. So the offensive line for the run blocking, they could be much better than what we saw today. They just ran into the wrong opponent. If Buffalo's defense plays anything like they did today next week, that's not going to be an opponent that they can run on either, because they were pretty stingy with Pittsburgh today. But like you said, man, you really like the fact that they were taking shots downfield with Tua, especially after all the criticism last year about him only doing the dink and dunk stuff instead of taking those shots down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with Tua, man, he just showed growth, man. I mean, the guy, he knew when to scramble. You know what I mean? There was one play towards the end of the game where he needed a first down, and he goes down and gets in the ball position, and he stops maybe like a yard and a half shy of the first down, and he starts rolling on the ground to protect his head and protect his legs. So it was pretty funny, man. But I love Tua, man. He did a wonderful job. I love how Jalen Waddle did have a very crucial drop pass early in the game, but he made up for it later with that touchdown. Devontae Parker, that slant. I wish it wouldn't have been so close to the game had we threw in the ball a little bit more. I'll just be honest. I would like to see him throw the ball a little bit more, but that wasn't Tua's fault. And then they had Jacoby Brissett. They had him on, there was I think a 3rd and 1 and then a 4th and 1.
Yeah, inches, something like that.
Yeah, and he just took it every time. Malcolm Brown, last year when we had Jordan Howard, when we picked him up in Matt Breida, the goal was to have, speed and strength. And we didn't really have that. Matt Breida, he lit it up very little, and Jordan Howard, he was almost non-existent. I was like, what the heck? Where was the guy on the Eagles who killed it, But with Malcolm Brown, when we needed those short yards, he did very well. I really, really like that. And I would even argue he's a better pass blocker, than Myles Gaskin as well, too. So those are some things that I liked as well, too. But going into next week, I'll end on this note, not to kick a dead horse. I'm so happy the Miami Dolphins won. Fins up, Miami. Y'all my favorite team. But I'm gonna take and say this, man. We gotta, we gotta block a little better for the run game, and then let's try to score more and keep our defense not on the field as much. You know what I mean? Because that's where injuries happen and people get gassed. So we got a lot of depth. Let's take advantage of it. We got a very good team in the Buffalo Bills. Let's get it.
Turn 100 for the touchdown. King crown gain inside, leading your town. Hit you faster than the sound. Bad boy, throw it down. Yeah, I'm ill. Not my will. Don't cop a fill the house. Listen to the roaring crowd. Drop a light, calm it down. Heisman, all the haters mouth. Superhero hit them wow. Packing more action than bing, boom, bam, pow. Touchdown for the win. We live. Subscribe right now.